Kyle Hamilton talked about recently about the Ravens trying to finish and understanding that, right, Brad? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So let's play the clip first of Kyle Hamilton discussing kind of the Ravens understanding that they need to finish off games and make some plays.
Pissed to see it because I feel like I'm one of the leaders in that room, and I feel like I kind of take a big part of the blame for that. Just guys not being on the same page and not executing, and obviously, especially if we had guys in the room that couldn't do it, it'd be a different story. But we got everything we could ever want in that room, so we know we have all the answers in the room. We just got to find them.
So right there, and by the way, Kyle Hamilton, again, Ravens are not in that game defensively, making plays without that dude. He is a stud.
Yeah.
I hate that it had to be him on that drop interception. The reality was it was one of many opportunities for Baltimore to close out the game.
The crazy part is he was their number one pass rusher in that game, which is not good.
It's not good. Not good, Jim. Not a good time, Bob.
Yeah.
But to take it one more step further, then Kyle Van Noy on his podcast with Gerald McCoy was talking about going off of Kyle Hamilton's comments about what Baltimore needs to do down the stretch.
One more thing that I wanted to mention too is the Kyle Hamilton. What a phenomenal player he is.
Yeah, he's incredible.
What a great leader he is already in his young career. He knows he had to make that play. And what I'm just amazed by is just how he's going to bounce back. Like, I'm so impressed with him, just the way he handled the whole situation. He didn't, point the finger at anyone. He knows what type of player he wants to be. Like my opinion, I think he has the chance to be a DPOY in his career. And if he makes that play, you could have thrown him in the hat because he already had a sack fumble in the game and he would have had a pick. I mean, that would have been incredible. He didn't, but I think this is going to make him better. I'm excited to see how he bounces back, how this fuels him. I believe the next time he has the opportunity to catch the ball, he will. And I think that goes for the whole secondary. I think a lot of people are sending out negative energy, which is totally understandable. You want guys to catch the ball, but I believe this next op, when they have chances, they're going to catch the ball. I truly believe that. They work at it, and they're going to get this thing going. We've dropped, unfortunately, some picks, but hey, we're going to turn it around. We're going to make those plays. I believe in the guys we got. We're going to do it.
There's no sugarcoating it. They understand they can make plays, but that leadership, hearing Kyle Van Noy talk about what Kyle Hamilton can do, understanding that people are frustrated with how Baltimore's not finishing games, but they are still 5-3, and they know that they can be better. So, Zach, I mean, that's the thing right there, is that these boys right here, they understand that they're going to step it up, and they believe that they have the team that can get it done. Now, though, the reality is actions are going to speak louder with words here, and it's going to start going against the rookie quarterback on Sunday with Bo Nix coming to town with Sean Payton and the Broncos.
Yeah, well, let's get something straight. The last person on the Baltimore Ravens defense that I'm worried about is Kyle Hamilton. I understand he had the big drop pick against the Browns that kind of is getting highlighted as the main play right now. Obviously, we saw Eddie Jackson drop a million of them, it felt like. I talked about this earlier this week. If there's anyone on the defense that I think this is going to actually help, it's Kyle Hamilton. He has that kind of almost twisted, sick in the head mindset that these all-time greats have, where moments like this, it doesn't hurt them. It makes them go to a different level. It takes their work ethic to a different level. It makes them want to go out there and prove that they are on this different level than everyone else. So if this was someone else, if this was another Eddie Jackson drop, I'd be like, this could be crucial for his confidence, stuff like that, demoralizing. Kyle Hamilton's one of those guys where I don't really care what happens, how many mistakes. He's going to get better from this, and he's the last guy I'm worried about on that defense.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And it's the young star, and everyone sees the writing on the wall for Kyle Hamilton, how good he can be, right? And Kev, the Ravens are going to need that, but the reality is too, and you made your bar last week about that there's a divorce between the secondary and the pass rush, or on Monday. It's a nice bar, by the way.
Thank you.
Something's going to have to give here. I don't think that the Ravens secondary necessarily is going to be challenged as much, but at the same time, Jameis Winston just came in with Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku's a beast.
Yeah.
An absolute beast. And Elijah Moore, and they tore up this Ravens secondary, but the biggest
320 yards.
They couldn't get home. I think that is going to be the biggest part here.
Yeah.
Is that this Ravens pass rush is going to have to be able to get home. If not, I don't care who's back there at quarterback, inexperienced or not, like Bo Nix, guys playing with a lot of confidence, they're going to make this team pay.
Yep. You can't let the confidence get going early. You can't have that be, what ends up happening, because we saw what happened against Cleveland is they let Jameis get confidence. They allowed him to play through mistakes and not take away those should have been interceptions. And that ends up being, part of the reason they lost the game. Now you have an opportunity against a rookie quarterback. And, over the course of Baltimore's franchise history, rookie quarterbacks have struggled against Baltimore's defense because of the exotic looks that they can present. But to me, you let Bo Nix go and you let him just chuck the ball all over you. There are bigger issues that they need to solve on top of the issues that they already have to solve.
That wasn't our best game. We kind of stunk it up, in their opinion, right? Like, we could have played better. Well, guess what? You get humbled. You lose to a division rival. Now you start another winning streak. That's the beauty of it. We love the three Kyles: Kyle Hamilton, Kyle Van Noy, and Kyle with the Iron Rooster. But I love the leadership that they're not afraid to back down and understand what they got to do. And God, Kyle Hamilton is just figuring out how damn good he's going to be, which is incredible. And I think that the best is going to come. And I can sense it there, Nick. Are we sensing that there's a little bit of a storm brewing?
Yeah, to your point, Rep. I've been on Kyle Hamilton's train for a long time. I think he's arguably one of our most talented players. He's only in his third year, so he's really figuring out his role and becoming more of that vocal leader on the defense. Obviously, the talent is there. He can play corner. He can play in the slot. He can play safety. He can blitz a quarterback. He can make tackles in the open field, plays on special teams. He can do it all. He's like the Swiss Army knife for us. And we utilize him a lot. And so for him, I thought he played really well on Sunday. Obviously, the drop pick is what everybody's talking about. But, the guy had a hell of a game. He had a strip sack early in the game. He gave us plenty of opportunities to score points, and put our team ahead. And, unfortunately for him, people are going to remember that last play, which, it's a tough play to make. Obviously, he knows he can make that play, and he should have made that play. But at the same time, I thought he played a great game, and you can't beat yourself up on that. We had plenty of opportunities to win the game outside of him making that interception. Obviously, if we pick it, the game's over. No big deal. Next play, they throw a touchdown, and everyone's like, whoa, shit, we dropped the interception. It's like, dude, we had dozens of times that game to win and put the game away, and we just didn't do that. So I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody for that. It's just as a whole, we didn't put our best product out there, and we weren't able to finish the drill. But to your other point with Kyle Van Noy, I think he is that leader for us. I know Roquan is the catalyst for the defense. He is our guy, but Van Noy's been in the league a long time. He's played with Tom Brady. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's got the most experience on our team other than Jay Tuck. Guy's been around a long time. He's seen a lot of stuff, played in a lot of different systems, and won a lot of football games. And so he has the ability to be that guy like, hey, boys, we're playing like shit right now. We're not getting to the quarterback like we were in the first, in that 5-game winning streak where we were getting multiple sacks for couple guys every game. And he'll be the first one to say we didn't play our best, and what we did on Sunday is inexcusable and not acceptable for the Baltimore Ravens defense. And he'll get that shit straightened out. I have no doubt in my mind that Van Noy, KVN's doing his thing, getting everybody ready to go, getting that pass rush back. I saw him out earlier with Chuck Smith on yesterday, getting his work in, really working on his craft and trying to perfect it. And he's coming off one of his best years of his career last year, and he started really hot this season. So I look for him to make an impact this weekend. And I think same thing with Kyle Hamilton. I think he's going to look to bounce back on that. And I don't foresee him dropping picks like that in the future.